Hey, everybody, this is Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead or Reading with Beverly Wolfie. Whatever channel we're streaming from today, how's it going? I'm going to chat for a bit because nobody's here yet. Please make sure you're on live chat, not top chat. And that any questions for me will be, please put them in live caps. Did I make this public? I guess I did because it doesn't tell me right now, but there's a person waiting in chat. So if you are in chat, please say something. There you are. Hi, Helen. Hey, AV Geek. So anyway, Joshua and Doris Hartman, good morning. Good morning. I am halfway through editing chapter. What chapter am I on? 18? Hey, Mary. Hi, Sammy. How's it going, sweetie? Yeah, I know. I'm the only person allowed to call you Sammy. I'm exhausted and I'm in a lot of pain. I really appreciate your patience. First, it was the heat that kept me from reading, and now it's just constant harvest and canning and dehydrating. And I was overlapping stuff yesterday. And I got to the point where I got a beautiful batch, or not a beautiful batch, but I mean a big dish pan full of crab apples given to me. And I thought, all right, I got so many things I can do with these crab apples. First, I'm going to pick out all the beautiful ones and I'm going to cut their blossom ends off and prick them with a fork. And then I made the syrup with a little spice bag of clove and cinnamon and allspice. And I cooked the syrup. And then I put but because I was still finishing my celery project, like that was on the stove canning, and I was like discombobulated. I was so bloody tired that I took my eyes off of those apples for a minute and they swelled up and exploded. So I strained them off and I threw the apples into the pot that I'm using to cut the blossom ends off of the crab apples that I'm using for jelly. And then I thought, what the hell am I going to do with this spice syrup? Well, maybe I'll use it in the jelly. Well, no, you don't use that in the jelly because you use the water from the jelly and yada, 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 yada. So what I ended up doing was canning the spice syrup. I got 2 1-liter jars of spice syrup so that when my pears come ready to be harvested, then I will make pears in spice syrup. You know what I mean? But it was like a mistake out of tiredness. Excuse me, I have to medicate. It was so sweet. It was a sweet surprise to get the notification for the last chapters. I'm not reading today unless you want a sneak peek of what chapter 18 looks like. Let me know if you want a sneak peek. I fell out of the bath and knocked myself out. Sam, are we going to have to get you one of those I've fallen and I can't get up buttons? Holy crap. I read chat, honey. Unless it doesn't make sense to me, I auto edit in my brain. Yep, stayed on the floor for a few hours because couldn't get back up. Jesus wept. Sam. Mary Jean. Hi, sweetheart. How are you, darling? I was just telling you, say hi to everybody for a second. I've got to medicate. I just got a letter from AdSense. You know how I have a nice lump on my head and through my back out. You should be checked for concussion, sweetheart. Especially if did you get knocked out? Because if you got knocked out, go to the hospital. You need to be checked for concussion. Okay? Hi, Mystic Tiger. So anyway, I got a letter from Google yesterday that said, hi from Peaster, Texas. Barbara, hello. Joshua and Doris. So I was so exhausted yesterday. I ruined my spiced apples. Because I made spiced apples crab apples last year, but they were a pickle. And so when I gave them to my son, he thought they were sweet. And when he ate one and tasted the vinegar, it threw him right off up here. So it's like, no, that's not what I was expecting. So this year I decided to make spiced crab apples in a simple syrup. Well, I blew that all to hell, canned up the syrup. And today I've got to get my jelly started, which means I have to cook them and then they have to strain overnight. And then tomorrow I make the jelly. Yes, knocked out. I would say I have concussion, sleeping a lot, and head is foggy, massive headache. The hospital won't do anything. Yes, they will, Sam. And you shouldn't be sleeping so much. Okay. Do you not know what a concussion is? It's your brain swelling because it's hit the inside of your skull. Please go to the hospital where they can at least check you and make sure you're not going to die of some kind of weird brain thing. Do you know that's how Liam Neeson's wife died? She was skiing up here in somewhere up here, Mont Sainte Marie, I think it was, or Mount Tremblant. Anyway, and she got a concussion. She fell skiing and got a concussion, and thought she was fine. Everything was fine. She died. Okay, from a concussion. So don't mess around and don't tell me what I already know. You need to go to the hospital. That's from Auntie Bev. I did that. My vacation will be winding down next week. Oh, God, it'll be so good to have you home, Jane. I know you're just going back to this city where you're kind of in your apartment all the time and stuff, but God, I miss having really good daily contact with you, and I miss you on my live streams. We get a good harvest of our fruit only every other year. No, it's not a thing. Last year, I got no apples. No, I got 7 apples last year. The year before, I had a pretty good crop. But the last 2 winters, the deer have been chewing my trees. So my apple trees are almost dead. So as soon as we get the first hard frost, I'm going to, Howie's going to trim them down. But my pear tree is loaded. 4 fell off in the wind. Like I had one branch. I got Howie to prop up on a 2x4 for the corn roast because it was hanging at eye level and I didn't want people whacking it as they went to look at the garden or whatever, right? Well, in the wind, the 2x4 fell and the branch came down and 4 of the pears fell off. So they're immature. So I'm just going to throw them into the apple jelly for pectin. Shout out from Colorado. Hi, Jennifer. Yes, Sam, my hubby got a concussion and he needed to be watched. Please go get it checked. See, Sammy, you've been told. Hi, Lisa. I'm in a lot of pain today. ATV, Kitty is busy. So is Suburban. And I didn't share this on Facebook. If somebody will share this on Facebook so that Dallas knows, can you message Dallas, Sam? Okay, so good morning, Debbie. So anyway, that's what's going on. Today, I've got to clean my kitchen from the disaster. I've got to edit my celery video, and it took 3 days to make. Because, like, I had somebody ask me, could you please finish the Celtic loop scarf? I'm waiting patiently. And it's like, well, it takes me being able to sit down to knit and do nothing but knit. I'm almost there. I'm almost ready for the second video, but it's going to take another week, right? And I'm canning and I'm harvesting, and this is my busiest time of year. I mean, it's even now busier than Christmas. So, me too, and short of breath, I now have congestive heart failure. Then you should be laying, at least several times a day, laying on the couch or your bed for an hour with your feet propped above your heart. Okay. And you should be adding a shot of lemon juice to drink lots of water and add a shot of lemon juice to it. Okay. And maybe get somebody, if you can, to give you a very gentle massage from your feet up to your knees. Like, that will help the fluid flow, right? Okay, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Reduce your fluid intake by 12 cc per day. See, when you have toxemia, when you're pregnant, they tell you not to reduce your fluid because it actually helps flush the toxins out of your body. But when you've got that much fluid, it's not a matter of taking your fluid down, okay, intake down, because you need that fluid. What it is getting it off of or out of your system. So I'm not a doctor, folks. I don't even play one on TV. So anyway, you're breaking up, so I'm going to have a nap. Okay, sweetheart, I'll call you later, okay? Because I'm doing a live stream, Sam, and I'm doing a live stream. Anybody who's a patron for my Cooking with Cannabis channel, I'm doing a live stream at 2:00 Eastern Daylight Time. So that's going to give me enough time in between live streams to get some work done, at least unload and load my dishwasher, maybe spatchcock my chicken for supper. Okay, Eric. Okay, Eric. I'll take your word for it. All I know is with toxemia, if you're pregnant and your feet and everything start to swell, you need to stop all fluids except water and really take in water to flush. But that's flushing toxins. So, well, thank you, Lisa. But if you do drink, stay away from drink only like black tea or with lemon or water with lemon. Okay, because that black tea or orange pico tea that has no milk in it, and you put a little bit of lemon in it, maybe a bit of honey, that will help stimulate your need to urinate, which will help flush your body. Okay. So anyway, that's what's going on. I've got crab apples I got to cook today and put in a pillowcase to strain, and then tomorrow I'll make the jelly. And then I've got my potatoes harvested. You know what I did? Because Howie's idea was, his thought process was when he took the potatoes out of the box, he filled them in one of those shopping bags. But they need air. They need air circulation. They need to dry on the outside, especially if you're not washing them right away. So I have 2 lawn chairs, the folding up kind you put in a bag. I have 2 of those on my deck. And I just divided the potatoes between them because then they're not on the ground. If they're on the deck, like I thought of laying them all out on the deck to air dry, but then Gracie would think they were toys. So I just divided that shopping bag between the seats of these chairs, and every once a day, once or twice a day, or every once in a while, I'll go out and I'll push up the seat of the chair and I'll stir them in that because, they're getting their dry. They're under the roof. So then they're getting canned. Those are getting canned sometime this weekend. And then I'm going to have to go shopping at the farmer's market for tomatoes. But, and it's Labor Day this weekend, so the deer carrots will be coming out, which means I'll be pulling my turnips and canning those with carrots and dehydrating carrots. I mean, right now, it's 1 to 2 jobs a day. And I'm in a lot of pain because yesterday I made the mistake of not waiting 5 more minutes until Howie came home, of lifting a full canner from the sink onto the stove. And I didn't know Howie was off work early yesterday, and he walked in 2 minutes later while my back was screaming. I felt so stupid. But of course that means more vids. That's, the only reason you didn't get a celery video today was because by the time my apples blew up and I was canning syrup and crap yesterday, Howie took one look at me. Right. I made, I had leftover penny pasta and spaghetti sauce. So I threw it in a casserole dish, smothered it in cheese, and threw it in the oven for supper. And Howie took one look at the kitchen and one look at my face when he came home yesterday. And he said, you really need to be done for today. I said, I really should quit. And he said, do it. Right. So I had to go sit in my armchair and do a lot of medicating. You make my day, Auntie V. Oh, I love you, Sammy, but please go to the hospital. You're not going to wheedle out of this. You really do need to go to the hospital. Okay? There's 14 of you guys and no questions. Does anybody want to hear the first couple of paragraphs of chapter 18, which is coming out tomorrow? Because it's half edited. Let me give you a teaser. If I can read. If I can read. Let's go here. Oh yeah, I got to change my glasses. Those are my computer glasses. These are my bifocals. I know I need trifocals. I'm not getting them. Okay. Chapter 18. An adventure on the Tory Road. Anne, said Davy, sitting up in bed and propping his chin on his hands. Anne, where is sleep? People go to sleep every night, and of course I know it's the place where I do things I dream. But I want to know where it is, and how do I get there and back without knowing anything about it? And in my nightie, too. Where is it? Anne was kneeling at the west gable window, watching the sunset sky that was like a great flower with petals of crocus and a heart of fiery yellow. She turned her head at Davy's question and answered dreamily, over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow. Paul Irving would have known the meaning of this, or made a meaning out of it for himself, if he didn't. But practical Davy, who, as Anne often despairingly remarked, hadn't a particle of imagination, was only puzzled and disgusted. Anne, I believe you're just talking nonsense. Of course I was, dear boy. Don't you know that it is only very foolish folk who talk sense all the time? That's what's coming next. Teaser! Doctors are evil. The NHS means death. If I water bath my potatoes, how long will I need to can them? You don't water bath potatoes. Ever, 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 ever. Low acid has to be pressure canned. If it is not full of vinegar, full of sugar, full of salt, or a good combination of those three, and it is a low acid fruit or vegetable, such as anything that is not a tomato, a strawberry, an apple, anything like that, potatoes, beans, carrots, all those things have to be pressure canned. Do not. Now, please don't refer back to the videos of the early 1940s on people boil bath canning everything. That's because that's all they had. Times have changed, and so have standards. Please, pressure can to be safe. Thank you, Mystic Tiger. Joshua and Doris. I would, but no problem. I know how busy this is. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Can y'all do a fall garden? Hell, I can barely make a summer garden. We're almost at frost. Okay. My tomatoes, all I've been able to get out of those beautiful plants, and one of them wasn't a beefsteak. It looked like it was a ox heart or a money maker. Is some slicers for sandwiches. The rest is going to be a beautiful harvest of green tomatoes. I don't have a long enough growing season. We can pineapple zucchini, but pineapple's high acid. Okay. So if you're putting at least an equal amount of pineapple to zucchini, you're okay. It's like when I make my tomato salsa and I put corn in it. Everybody freaks out when I put corn in my salsa and I boil bath can it. But lime juice goes into that. A lot of lime juice. So, and I've never had anybody get sick from it. and don't go by the fact that, well, I've done it before and I've never been sick or never got anybody sick. Guess what? It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, then you're going to really, really, really be sad because you could kill somebody. Okay. So please, 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 do the safest methods possible when it comes to canning. All right. Boil bath canning, low acid fruits, vegetables, jams, jellies, and pickles. Right. Boil bath can or pressure can, everything else. The clanger is meat on side and sweet on the other. It is the original farmers and coal miners' food. It's my region. Oh, your region's Cornish pasty. Okay. I planted my tomatoes in containers just so I could have green ones. Really? Come on down. I got more green tomatoes than Einstein's got ideas. Are you saying boiled bath potatoes can get poisoned? Yes. Yes, you don't boil bath potatoes. You pressure can those babies. You can get really, really sick from that. And you may not, but even if there's a 1 in 100 chance of somebody getting sick, it's not worth the risk because that sickness can kill you with botulism. Well, I'm going to try. Okay, I'm not sure if I got that. In a mild climate. Well, my growing season starts, if I'm lucky, May 24th and ends right about now. It's we're going to be getting frost soon. So I have a really short growing season. That's why I only grew beefsteak tomatoes this year because I just wanted some for sandwiches. I'll buy from the farmer's market where these guys got wide open fields to grow tomatoes in full sunshine. Mine don't, right? So, but next year I'm going to plant 3 beefsteak tomato plants, and I'm going to start them in my grow room so that they're really nice and healthy and got heavy stalks. And then I'm going to keep pruning them back so that they only get 2.5 feet tall. But I'm just going to ruthlessly cut away everything that isn't growing a tomato and keep doing that because then all the growth goes to the tomatoes, right? I'm not getting huge tomatoes even with pruning. So I'm going to have to be a lot more rigorous about it next year. Hi, Bev. Did you finish the story about you? Oh, your YouTube letter. Maybe I missed the ending. Okay, remind me in a second. I got a letter from Google, not YouTube, from Google AdSense. And Google AdSense are going to be the ones controlling the monetization. Okay, let me just think. Maybe I can find it and read it to you. Because I guess everybody's blaming the algorithm on YouTube, but YouTube has taken over, I believe, by Google or is partners with Google, and Google AdSense. Okay, let me check this. Google AdSense is now taking control of the monetization and how you get monetized. There's going to be new rules, which really aren't going to apply to me in a lot of ways. I got to wait for my mail to load. Where did you guys go? Thought I lost you for a second. Google bought out YouTube years ago. Okay. So here's what's, if I could just get my mail to open. I don't want to buffer. Oh, for God's sakes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, no, that's not it. You have to change your password so bloody often. Okay. I know what it is. Nope. You got to have a really good memory for passwords. So, yes, Google was bought out by, or Google bought out YouTube a long time ago. And I guess the algorithms are going to change because they're going to be run by Google AdSense. Google AdSense is the company that pays us for the advertising on our videos, right? But anyway, the way it's going to be is they've got new rules. Where are you? There it is. No, that's not it. Let me look here. No. Anyway, I guess I can't find it. So what's going to happen is Google AdSense is taking control of the algorithm that pays you. Okay. And if you're found smoking anything on camera, there's certain situations, drinking alcohol or showing irresponsible or illegal behavior, all the pretty much standard stuff I avoid, except occasionally I will puff on these channels, and I won't do that anymore. I will save that for my live streams on the WeedTube, which is coming up at 2:00. It's actually going to be on my Cooking with Cannabis channel here on YouTube, then made private, then uploaded to the WeedTube. Because YouTube AdSense, Google AdSense does not monetize any of my Cooking with Cannabis videos, so I took them all down. For your sandwich spread, is that the sandwich spread that you sent me, the recipe you sent me, Mystic Tiger? Eric, I'm in the UK and we are having a heat wave right now and we don't have aircon in this country. Debbie Couch. I see. Oh, that's Crouch. Okay. Are we sure this isn't Monday? My internet wants to keep buffering too. That's only because I was looking at my other mail. Okay. And I am on. Why is this? Oh, whatever. Did you get my email about the bra company? I think I found it if anyone else is interested. If you found that bra company, go ahead and put the link up here because a lot of people wanted that. And they'll be watching this in replay. So the link in the chat will do some good because then I'll be able to pick it up after when it's in replay and put it into the questions. Cool here in the 40s. 40 Fahrenheit. That's cool. I was thinking 40 Celsius and I was like, holy crap, that's hot. Checking in, got to prepping for hurricane, looking for sandbags, pray for Florida. Absolutely. Absolutely. God, please look after all our friends in Florida and all those people who need your protection right now. Amen. Oh, chili's in spring right now. Oh, so you're like Australia because spring starts in Australia this month, in September. All right, Sandra, take care, honey. We'll be praying for you. So anyway, that's what's going on. And what I want to ask you folks is I have one more Anne of Green Gables series books left after this one. It's called Anne's House of Dreams. And then I think I'm going to take, not a break, but I think I'm going to, I haven't decided whether I'm going to move over to the Narnia series or start Little Women. Because Little Women isn't like the movie. Little Women is like another series of 3 books. Either way, they're both series. So I would like people to weigh in on that in the comments, not just in the chat, but in the comments after this goes into replay. Weigh in whether you want the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the C.S. Lewis series, or if you want Little Women. Okay, That's because I've been promising Little Women for a long time, and I haven't done so yet. And I may look into the book Christie. I haven't checked yet to see if that is in the public domain for Canada. Christie, not Christine, Christie. And because they made a TV series about it, but the book was much, much better. So there's that one. So anyway, that's what's going on. All right. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and tell you I'm in the only thing that's making canning wonderful right now is the fact that it's cool. It's not really, really hot. So I better get and unload my dishwasher and then load it up again and then cut all the blossom stems off those gazillion crab apples and start them cooking for jelly. Ah, there's the bra. There's the bra. Let me just look at it. I want to see if that's, I'm going to click on that and see if it's the same one. It looks pretty close. It looks pretty close. So there you go. I mean, when it comes from one to the other, those are pretty, standard comfort bras, right? All right. I got to let you guys go. At work to do before my 2 o'clock live stream on cooking with cannabis. And that, folks, is for patrons only. Okay. This is the Miss Wolfie. Okay. Sorry. I'm getting caught looking at the stream. This is Bev from Reading with Beverly Wolfie. And look for chapter 18 sometime tomorrow afternoon. I'm almost done editing it. And again, Anne gets into a scrape. Take care. God bless.